Hey yo, what up though? Welcome to the Living Purpose Podcast, where we educate, motivate, and celebrate the community and those who are making a difference in it. I'm your host, Brad B. Rad Butler II. All right, let's get into it. So today we have my first guest, my man, 100 grand, my brother, Ashton Burrell.
Guy.
Hey yo, what's good
Brother.
with you?
Good. How you feeling, man?
I'm good. I'm
How we
good.
doing?
I'm good. So for those out there who don't know Ashton Burrell, right, and what he's been doing in the community, right, for years now, man, this dude has been out here advocating for the youth, a community servant, feeding the homeless, putting together programs, mentoring. Like, he's done so many countless things, and he's worked with so many people, some that are actually famous individuals.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, they think they are.
All right.
Nah,
But
they famous.
right. Because we could, if you pulled your list, it's a lot of people out there that you've been around and you've been able to help and network with, that put you in the position that you're currently in now, right? And you're a very humble dude. So when I said that I was going to start this podcast, I'm like, I got to bring my brother on because, I got to give flowers to those who I know have been doing their thing in this industry to help the youth, help the community, and you haven't been asking for, anything, nothing in return, legitimately doing it from the kindness of your heart. And that's what I gravitate to that.
Yeah,
so anytime I have the opportunity to, shed light on those individuals, I'm going to do it.
Nah, that's love.
So take us back, bro,
Yeah.
because I know you for everything that you've done, for the community, how you Zone 6, right? The mentorship program that you have and all the work that you've been doing. But I need to know where Ashton started. Where did Ashton Burrell start from the beginning? What got you into this work as a mentor and a community servant?
41st and Brown, West Philadelphia, Belmont schoolyard. That's where it all started. Probably like around 6, 7. My aunt ran a camp in Philly where I'm from, and she ran it for the neighborhood. And I just remember the feeling that we would get in the summertime, like when we would be out there. Everybody's just there having a good time, not thinking about nothing. And the circumstances of the people that was in the area, you would think they was like filthy rich the way they had smiles in that camp, you know what I'm saying? And it was a spot where everybody in the neighborhood, like it could be different blocks that was beefing at the time or things like that. But when they came to my aunt's camp, all that was out the window. It was a mutual respect for her. And that was because she had respect for her community and for the people that was in it. And I just love that, man. I remember, camp, she would charge $5 a house. Some houses had 8 kids and then 9 kids, $5. She'll make it stretch, and we weren't going crazy places, but we was going to places enough that it took us out of where we was normally at, whether it be going to the pool, whether it be going to the movie theater, or just walking on the avenue to get water ices. Like, she'll give a couple dollars, like, here's 40, go, because water ice is like $1 for like the joint. So, seeing that, and then growing up, then when I came to Jersey, it was so many instrumental people in my life. And then, when I went to high school, one of the biggest things was I had a teacher that pulled me to the side and was like, yo, you're a leader. And I would always hear that, like, as a young person, but you know how it is. You like, man, you telling that to everybody. But then as you get older, you realize they're not saying that to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And they're saying it to you for a reason. And sometimes people see stuff in you, that you don't see in yourself. Which is what I try to do through the mentoring as well. And, she signed me up for a trip to go to England, Ireland, and Wales. Trip cost I think $5,000 or something like that at the time.
Hey, now.
And so I went to my mom and I was like, she like, man, listen, I ain't got the $5,000 to write to you right now, but you gonna write a letter, you gonna write it out to everybody and tell them this what you trying to do, and people will support you. She's like, people want to see you win.
Oh,
so
now I hope people caught that, right? You don't have because you don't ask.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have because you don't ask. My man just said he knew he didn't have the 5 racks. His moms knew he didn't have the 5 racks, but His mom was like, listen, if we get the community to support, so if you just get $5 here, $10 there, something like that add up quick.
It did.
So, bruh, like, you learned a valuable lesson just from that one incident.
For sure. And it was like you said, it was that lesson. And I also learned too, you know, how to stay solid. You know, you stay solid. And me being solid to me means, you know, standing on something, you know, having morals on stuff, you know, and being okay with being the loner sometimes, you know, whatever that case may be. You know, if that means it's a party going on, you know, and your energy telling you don't hit that. It's all good to go to the crib. Mm-hmm. You know, just little stuff like that, and or just seeing somebody walking. You know, my neighbor, she walking in the house, she got heavy bags. If she's walking hunched over, well, I'm gonna watch her carry these heavy bags when I know that my ass could help her, you know, carry this stuff. So, you know, little stuff like that, and that ended up actually coming full circle to me in that situation because my neighbor, I was short like $1,500 the night before my money was due. And she had called me over, and this neighbor always shovel for her. Don't ask for nothing, but she always good to me. And mind you, she's a you know, middle-aged white woman, short, you know, but you know, one of the most powerful people that I know. And in the sense of like spirit and just how she is. And she called me over to the house and she was like, I got a check for you. And like you said, people were sending in $10, $15. Some people send $250, you know, $300, and they start to add up. And I was still short my $1,500. She called me over for a check, and I had like, you know, glanced at it and stuff. And I'm like, man, she only sent me $300. I was being ungrateful at the time, but I was like, damn, I ain't going on this trip. And went in the crib. I had gave it to my mom. She was, you know, holding everything. And I was like, well, you know, that's $300. So I don't know what we've finna do. She was like, nah, it was $3,000. She had wrote $3,000.
Wow.
But I was so fast to just look real quick, like, you know what I'm saying? And she had wrote me a check for $3,000. I had extra money to spend out there. And I went to England, Ireland, and Wales. And when I went over there, I just saw how they was moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went over there, I was like 15, 16. It was the people that I stayed with in Ireland, the people was like 13, 12, but they just moved so mature, like, compared to what I was seeing over here in the States and in Jersey and where I was at the time, I should say.
Oh, wait a minute. Hope y'all caught that. Another valuable lesson. Yo, it's your environment. So, all right, so many of you are struggling because you won't remove yourself from the toxic environment that you're currently in. So it doesn't matter if it is the hometown that you're in, the relationship that you're in, the school that you go to, the team that you on, whatever it might be. If you're in a toxic environment is a toxic environment. It don't matter. So, and it don't care nothing about you or you like getting to the next level or achieving your dreams and your goals, your aspiration. It don't care nothing about none of that. What it wants you to do is quit. What it wants you to do is get to the point where you like, I'm gonna just be like everybody else. I'm gonna be a part of I'm gonna be a statistic or whatever. And it just doesn't want you to get what you deserve in life. But when you change your environment, right, and you get around some individuals who are doing different things, like the status quo is different for them, right? It's like you already know, it's some communities close to ours, right? We come from urban communities, but in the urban communities, they might say things along the lines of like, okay, well, where you going to go to college when you leave here? Like, oh, I'm about to go to a community college. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? But I might go to a PWI, a predominantly white institution, and when I get there, I'm like, what college are you going to? They're like Princeton, Harvard, Yale, Stanford. Like, for sure. You even mention a community college and they disrespect, like, oh, clutch my pearls. You didn't just say that to me, right? As hard as I've been working, as much as I've learned, you know, you're not about to, like, I'm going to the best. That's the standard for them, right? And I think we have to change that dynamic with some of our students in all cultures, in all areas. It doesn't matter if you go to a PWI or you're in an urban community. Whatever it is, the standard has to be excellence at all times. It has to be, right? Because if you don't hit Yale, Stanford, Harvard, and I'm not saying that's the end-all, be-all, because if you want to go to a trade school, I'm with it. I'm with that too, right? If you want to just off the bat, entrepreneur, I'm with that too. You want to rap? You want to sing? You want to be an artist? I'm with all that, right? Do your thing. But what I'm saying is the standard has to be so high for yourself Like, you cannot have this low proximity, this low standard where like the bare minimum is good enough for you, because it's not.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I want you to get into, right, because I know that experience changed your life, right? It changed the way that you looked at things.
For sure.
I need you to get into how Zone 6 came about and how your mentorship program came about. That we got to know that.
Nah, for sure. And I mean, to piggyback off you too, like, you know, I think one of the most important things is just, you know, knowing what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got that stigma too. Like, I remember in high school when they'd be like, oh, you're going to county college, and they make it seem so bad. But, you know, in reality too, you know, a lot of these people that don't look like us, they know how to run a game. So they might say, yo, you're going to do these 2 years at this community college. You're going to save money, and then you'll switch over to a 4-year institution.
Right.
You know, whereas though a lot of times, you know, our pride and our ego get in our way, you know, as people of color sometimes, you know, and that's, you know, history, you know, generations of things passed down on people, you know, but it's all what you do with it, you know what I mean? Because I know people that went to county colleges and getting paid, you know what I'm saying, and making it happen. And then I know people that went to 4 years, you know what I'm saying, they still trying to figure out whatever they trying to figure out.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all what you do with your opportunity and what you make of it. And that was like, and I say that just to lead into my segue on the mentoring program, because that's literally what it was. You know, I was at Lincoln. I probably finished my first semester with maybe a 1.5, maybe 1.6. That's probably being nice to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I had a professor. You know, at Lincoln it's more, you know, it was a change because, you know, Highland Park was a Jewish area, and Lincoln was an all-black historical college. So when I got there, you know, you saw people more so in the sense of higher positions, so to say, that looked just like me, you know, and they didn't want to see you making a fool of yourself, you know. So I had an advisor that I'm still cool with to this day, and he pulled me over. He was like, "Yo, my dude, what you gonna do, bro?" And I always had an idea about doing a mentor program in high school, but just didn't have the right nurturing around me to push me to do it. So
hold up, sidebar. Listen, I'm gonna need our elders. Stop hitting us with that line. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, bruh, we know what it means, but you know sometimes they don't necessarily know what it means. You got to break it down for them, and let them know that there's ramifications for their actions. So, please, elders, help us out, right? Help the youngins out. Don't just hit them with the one-liners, because y'all love doing that, and y'all hit us with that little shoulder shrug. You know, be the old dude with
you still ain't doing that with yourself.
Right, old dude with the strong mustache, right? With the strong gray mustache, all right, now, so what you gonna do? I was like,
Yeah, man.
all right, bro, man, just say what you mean.
Try to figure it out. Nah, so, and that's what I wanted to do with the program. So I just remember coming home and just seeing the same people that I left, you know, in August, you know, they in the same position in December. Right. And I was like, yo, I want to try to help young people, because that's the reason that I was in college. That was the reason that I was where I was at, because people took the time out to help me. So I wanted to do the same in return. And, you know, got motivated to do it. And I started the mentor program. First thing I did was like, I'm going to do a program. I told my mom. She like, just do it. You know, and
your mom ain't no joke neither. I met her. When I met Ashton's mom, I said, hey, ma'am, how you doing? My name is Brad. She was like, all right. Okay. All right, we'll see if you gonna be around. I'm like, hey, mom. Like, sheesh. But now, you know, everything's straight.
Shit, welcome to growing up in the house with her.
Right. Right, you gotta meet my mom one day. You meet Gia, bro. Listen, Big G ain't no joke.
You know what I'm saying? So, nah, my mom's, got stories. That could be a whole nother podcast, growing up with that. But, you know, did the program. My first night, I only had like one kid come out.
Break that down. How did you start the program?
All right, so how I started it was basically I had went to go talk to the people in town hall, and I told them, like, this is what I want to do. I literally just walked up. I'm like, I'm paying tax dollars. It's keeping the lights on in here. I'm gonna go holler at y'all to help me with what I'm trying to do. and that they end up giving me like a rec room, minimum support. But I'm like, I could do this with a room. I got a room in there, and I just went and I told a couple people that this is what I'm trying to do, and I got the pity one night thing. Somebody like, we gonna help this, because at that time I was going to North Stelton and me under Pastor Kenneth Saunders Sr. And he I told him what I was trying to do. And somebody sent out that one kid like, we gonna help this young brother out. He tried to do something.
Right.
One kid came out and I was so hurt. I was like, yo, damn, one kid. And then I figured, I was like, all right, what did I like at this age? Food, sports, talking shit. So I was like, I could do that.
You gonna give us the PG version?
Oh, talking trash. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry about that. Talking trash and kicking back with each other. And then once that happened, one told another, and another told another. Mm-hmm. And that one turned into like 25 kids on every Thursday night.
So it was word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Well, the first thing was he went to the powers that be, right? Once again, he asked for help. Like, he went to that's part of knowing the game.
Got to.
Like, a lot of people, y'all out here, you really in this world playing checkers when everybody else is playing chess.
Yeah, for sure.
And for whatever reason, you feel like you gonna win. You feel like you the next up. You think that you the one that's gonna make it. You not. Like, you playing the wrong game. You playing too small. My man said, I went directly to the source. I went to where the people, the decision makers, the ones who had the money that I was already paying in my taxes. Absolutely. So now I'm only going to have you do what you promised that you were going to do in the first place. Right? All right, cool. Go ahead, bro.
No, that's exactly it. And, the program just started growing, and I started adding in stuff. Every Thursday, I would travel from Lincoln every week, from sophomore year to when I finished. I traveled every week. And I would go every Thursday. As soon as I was done class, hop on the scoop, the 30th Street to Trenton to New Brunswick. Sometimes I'll walk from Brunswick to Highland Park, if I ain't had the money at the time. And those were some cold walks in December.
Listen, bruh.
After traveling, but it was all good. And, it just made it happen. And then just started adding in stuff, discussion, dress for success, how to set up a bank account. How to meditate and control your feelings, discussions with different people from different environments. I had kids I was working with in Philly come out here and meet the kids that I was working with from Jersey. We locked in the courtroom. Everybody telling each other they different sides of what's going on. You got one side saying, oh, yeah, we be outside at 9 o'clock. The other side like, yo, we got curfew out there. You get caught outside at 9 o'clock, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So just so many different things. Just started adding and just being creative with it, and just started adding what I was taught and what I was learned, and just providing it in a lesson plan, basically.
Facts. Okay. So fast forward, because after you did that and started off the mentoring program, right? You had a couple people come through that mentoring program, and yes, I'm gonna make you name drop. Because they need to I know what this man has done, but y'all don't know what this man has done. So yes. And if you don't, what I'm going to do is
pull up pictures and videos.
I'm going to pull up pictures, videos. I'm going to go in the comments. I'm going to reach out to them people and make them vouch for you, right? So I'm going to give you an opportunity now to go ahead and drop a couple names of people who you have been able to network with, help, been there for, mentor, that has gotten you to where you currently are, bro.
Man, it's crazy. It's like, you watch certain stuff unfold, and you realize that everything is universal.
Mm-hmm.
God got a purpose for everything, even this moment right now.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's to come from it.
Mm-hmm.
And each moment serves its purpose. And, I just remember this tall, skinny kid coming in the program, and it just, matter of fact, he was a tall kid, you know what I'm saying? And I just remember seeing him, and I'm like, yo, he's mad tall. And, he ended up becoming, Karl Anthony Towns. And, man, I'm so proud of him.
Oh, you are not about to just ride by that. The man just said he had a mentorship program, and Karl Anthony Towns came to Karl Anthony Towns, NBA, Timberwolves, 32, dunk on your head top, give you 30 in a second.
And made the All-Star game this year.
Listen, y'all better, all right, see, because I'm finna get eye to eye
y'all better put
with
some
y'all.
respect on my
Put some
boy
respect
name.
on that thing. And, shout out to Karl Anthony Towns and his whole family.
Yeah.
Rest
Big
in peace
cat.
to his mom.
Rest in peace.
Big cat, because the crazy part is I met Karl Anthony Towns before I met you.
Yeah.
I met Karl Anthony Towns and I met his father a while back when I was volunteering for a sports program, and they are some of the nicest individuals that you would ever want to meet. Yeah. I also met Odell Beckham that day as well.
You was at the summer camp.
Yeah, the summer camp, bro.
I know. I already
nice.
know.
Yo, I don't care what. Listen, OBJ. I don't care what they say about you, bro.
Missed each other.
Yo, one of the nicest people I ever met in my life, bro.
Yeah, we rooting
Took
for
his
him.
time to walk around and and say hi to everybody, make his presence known. So listen, y'all got to put some respect on this man's name, bro.
Absolutely.
Mentored that young man, through that program, and look at where he ended up at.
Truth, man. we had, man, it's been so many different stories that came through the program.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we had kids in the program. Man, I remember seeing the young Dwayne Haskins. You know what I'm saying? 11 years old could throw a bomb.
Right.
A bomb. Now he fighting for a starting job with the Steelers. You know what I'm saying? Or seeing or watching Karl's high school games at the TLC, Wade Baldwin's on there. Now he playing for, I believe, the Grizzlies or Portland. It's just crazy, and outside of sports, even seeing the kids. I had one kid start a branch of the LIVE program in Guatemala. You know what I'm saying? I had one kid, he was in the program, dropped out, went to Florida, didn't hear from him until probably 3-4 years ago, called me to tell me he did finish high school out there, and now he's owning a car shop. You know what I'm saying? One of my kids, he was in high school doing videography. He had shot some stuff for I believe Nas, Chinks. He was in high school. You know what I'm saying? Go to school, 11 o'clock, he doing photo shoots and videography in New York. You know what I'm saying? Wow. And these is all kids, different races, different backgrounds, different understandings on what life is. And they, we come together. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? And it was dope. I mean, it was cool to see Karl come through the program, but he was he's a star. And you got to kind of see how that whole process works out. And the funny thing is, my godson's father, who ended up being my college roommate, his best friend was the number 2 pick in 2014 or 15 draft or 13 draft, one of the two, and Karl was the following number 1. So that's why I say God always
full circle.
Yeah, always.
Man, that's crazy. So you started off with the mentorship program, and then did the Zone 6 come after?
Yeah. Oh, way after.
Okay.
Yeah,
So tell us what led you to Zone 6. How did that come about?
So with Zone 6, that was just
and also tell the people what it is.
Oh yeah, Zone 16 Center. It's a teen center that we have in Highland Park, New Jersey. Where we have access and resources for young people, and just people in general, community. You know what I'm saying? If we got it, you got it, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? It's always different opportunities, whether it's jobs, whether it's food, whether it's just to hang out, use Wi-Fi, voter registration, writing, resume writing, so many different things.
Man. It's so many different things that y'all have done over there. Every time I come in there, it's something different. So you feeding them, you giving them a place to stay, dance, shit. We had when I brought the photo shoot and all that stuff through. Yo, all these games they can sit there and play games. Yo, it's just keeping these kids off the streets.
That's it.
And they have a place where they feel safe and comfortable to be themselves. You know, ain't no disrespect allowed in there, ain't no fighting in there, ain't no cussing in there.
Yeah, I mean,
all that you gotta
they get
have.
The curses off
little
sometimes.
bit. All right, you mad? You was mad. All right. Right, but it's not. You know what I mean? One of those things where, you know, they have to worry.
Yeah.
You know, they never have to worry about being safe. The parents never have to worry about their children being safe there. Which is one of the things when we first met, bro. We met at an NAACP meeting.
Yeah,
That's when we first met. But we had seen each other in passing from the different work that we've been doing. I had a lot of respect for what you were doing. You had respect for what I was doing. And then from there, we linked, started talking. I told you I was going to come through to an event that you had. And the Shoot Hoops Not Guns.
Yeah,
right?
Man.
Right? I came through to the event. I asked before I came and said, do you need anything? He was like, oh, bro, man, maybe just water or something like that. I mean, and I made sure I brought through like 2 gallons of water or whatever for the kids. And he was like, yo, you really came. Like, you really came through and did what you said you were going to do. I was like, yeah, bro. Like, and after that, we've been solid ever since.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So, man, those things that you put together, the events that you put on for these students, for the youth, I mean, even the adults come through.
Yeah. They be pulling up.
Even the adults be coming through. I done seen a couple of adults come through like, hey, Ashton, man, you know, I'm looking for a job, man. I'm looking for a new game. Like, oh, this supposed to be for the kids. But, you know, the adults come through because that's how much of an impact it is or that you have on the community when the adults are like, oh, hold on, he got juice. Like, he's doing the right things. He's doing it the right way, right? He's out here. He's trying to make sure everybody is impacted in a positive way.
Sure.
And you don't turn nobody away. You're constantly on your phone. Like, you're constantly working, constantly doing stuff. So, you know, just to get you on the podcast was like pulling teeth, but we got you here. And I knew it was going to be a good one. And I knew I definitely wanted to start it off with you because you have so much of an impact on the community. They call you what, hometown hero?
Yeah, man.
Call you the hometown hero.
HometownHeroClub.com.
Nice, feel me? Feel me?
Absolutely.
So listen, man, that's okay. So one of the things wait, I'm gonna let you go ahead back to Zone 6 and how that came about. So go ahead and break that down.
So
how you able to make that happen?
So we jumped into that, like you said, just creating the following, the mentorship program, just started building, and I ended up linking up with Councilwoman Foster, Elsie Foster from Highland Park, and she always was, you know, supporting my work and the stuff that I did. And she was like, listen, you know what I'm saying? We got this idea to do in town, to create a youth center, and I want you involved. And I'm like, no brainer. To what extent, I didn't know. And then she's like, how you feel about, like running the spot? And I was like, I could do that. I could do that. And, July, the building got put up. In like about a year, I want to say. July came, we met to go over the logistics of everything, secure the bag. And then, September 12th, 2018, I want to say. We opened the door, man. We had we hit the capacity. I mean.
Immediately. Yeah,
immediately. Like, grand opening, we had over 160 people in that building. You know what I mean? You seen the facilities.
Yeah. Smacked up in there.
Yeah, like this. So, so from there, just took it and ran with it, and it just became an open space, man. And it's been crazy. Like, we got an Alpha Aviation program. Like, we work with a program called Alpha Aviation where students and adults can get their license to become pilots, like their actual license.
Right.
Real pilots, you know what I'm saying? Like real careers that can make real money. You know, right before the pandemic hit, we had a job hub, which is crazy that we didn't even know how that was going to hit. And we got 16 of the young people jobs. And right when the pandemic hit, they was able to get unemployment. So it'd be little stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? We'd be trying to think ahead with and try to get a hold on. We got a golf team starting this summer, Shady Brook. Shout out to them. They're in Plainfield, actually. Shady Brook, they're all black golf club. Mm-hmm. So, you know, Sheena Pegaron, Chris Pegaron, my line brother, they doing their thing with that. So we partnering with them to do the golfing. We got a well, you already been to travel basketball team, Zone Sixers. We play in Detroit April 1st. So I connected with the county, which, you know, you should always check with your county or
Hold on, double back real quick because I want to make sure we got that from that part that you just said from the beginning.
Yeah.
Double back. Say that one more time. After favor. After favor.
Favor ain't fair, but it is for everybody.
Yeah, it's like I said, favor ain't fair, but it is for everybody. So for all you haters,
I mean,
ain't no reason for you to be hating because there's favor out there for you too.
That's for sure.
Right? There's no reason for you to look at somebody like Ashton or anybody else that's out there and be like, oh man, what he do to get that, or who he connected with, this is that.
I'll probably help you faster than your homeboy you knew for your whole life.
Facts.
That's real.
Facts. So, man, I think that in itself was powerful. We might have to name this podcast that one. Favor ain't fair, but it's for everybody. We might have to name it that.
Ooh.
Shoot. I'm just saying.
I hope I get my royalties on that.
Hey, yo. Out the gate wanting royalties is only episode 1. Get like, can I give me a minute? Like, I'm gonna get back to you. Just give me a minute. All right, so listen. Yo, your story is crazy. All that you've been able to accomplish, all that you've done. Fast forward to present day.
Yeah.
Where is Ashton right now? What has he been up to? What has he got going on? What's coming down the line?
It's funny that we actually sitting in the art gallery.
Yeah.
Like over the last couple months, I've been getting back into art. That's where I did my first internship with the Harlem Fine Art Show. It's the biggest traveling black art exhibit in the nation, and that's where I really fell in love with art that we see visually, and I've been like, yo, I think I want to change up some of my art, but I definitely been thinking about like touching the acrylic paint and getting that going. Just been rebranding stuff, working on new designs for Hometown Hero Club to drop in the summertime. Back in the studio with the music and stuff. So been doing little stuff here and there with that. Taking it up, this year.
Oh yeah, because I remember that. I remember the All That freestyle.
Oh, appreciate it.
I remember the All That freestyle. That thing was alright.
Yeah, appreciate that.
That thing was alright. And I'd tell you if it wasn't, but bruh, it was alright.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that, bro. So basically, that's what we trying to do this year. Just working, staying creative, and continuing the legacy.
And you see what I'm wearing.
You know what I'm saying?
You see that legacy lifestyle. Don't act. Don't act like you don't know.
Yeah. So just continuing that and just elevating everything.
Right.
Cleaning up everything wherever I'm not sharp at, sharpening it up. I've been reading more, getting back into my readings. Mm-hmm. But most importantly, what's for Ashton right now is just to get more spiritually in tune. Mm. And make sure that I'm living in every purpose that's in God's will for myself. So absolutely. That's like really where I'm at right now, just in general.
Facts. Listen, man, this is my guy Ashton Burrell right here, bro. Like this ain't just like a friend. This is my brother. We chop it over all the time. Yeah, bro. Like I pop up on you every now and then to catch you over at Zone 6, and you always in the middle of doing something. So, what I mean, he literally is that friend that's always doing something. Yeah, like, he always got something going on.
Legit doing something.
Yeah, I do some legit
stuff. Not that
stuff.
friend that be like,
nah.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, if I don't answer, I'm usually.
Yeah. Same. How much time we got on the clock? What I put up there?
25.
All right. Well, we good. Shoot. Yeah. All right. So that's pretty much, all I wanted to get from you as far as, your story, your life, the things that you have done. But what I like to do with this podcast is that I want people to know what was the self-improvement, what was the self-reflection moment that you had to go through, that thing that you needed to change, you knew you had to change when you hit like rock bottom, right? And you were like, okay, I gotta change X, Y, and Z in order for me to get to where I'm trying to get to. Like I've been doing things this way, and I have to create some type of change in order for me to get whatever it is that I know that I deserve in this life. So what was that one thing that self-reflection moment, that self-improvement moment? What did you have to implement? What did you have to change in order for you to become who you are today?
Sheesh, that's a good question. Besides every day waking up, I go through those, you go through those moments, like what can I improve on today? Sometimes, because we've had these conversations, you drive yourself crazy trying to figure out how to do this, how to do that, but you just keep pushing on. And, I would say one of my points that changed me in life, just as a whole, was just realizing not even realizing what life was, but realizing how fast life can go for you.
Right.
And I remember I was, when I was traveling, always in Philadelphia when I was young. There was one of my childhood friends. He lived like a couple houses down from my grandmother's where we lived at. And he was just always so positive, like just a positive person, and when you're a kid, you think you got days, you know what I'm saying? You don't understand time. You don't understand that even though you're 5 years old, you could lose your life tomorrow.
Right.
You're just so oblivious to what certain things that can happen in life. And, he would just always take the time to talk with me. People needed stuff going in the house, he would walk them. And, in that environment that was down there, unfortunately, that was rare. You know what I'm saying? That was so rare to see people like that. Young dude, go in the community, just had a son, you know what I'm saying? And always just took the time out to just holler at me, talk with me. Smiley, what's up? That's what they call me in Philly, Smiley. And, just pulled me to the side. And I remember there was an airbrush store around the corner. And we went over there, and it's crazy. The airbrush store ended up burning down, like right after they did the final T-shirts for his funeral.
Wow. And
which is crazy to even think about. But I just remember I went in there and this was when they was doing Photoshop, like early 2000s, like when we was like, yo, that's hot, like that's hot. Nowadays Photoshop like whatever.
Right.
But they was doing these things where they'll put up a picture with you. You'll take a picture on the green screen. They put you next to like a celebrity or something.
Right.
And I had chose to put one next to like 50 Cent and G-Unit. You know what I'm saying? That was my joint at the time. Still is to this day. I still bang.
Hey, listen,
G-Unit, and I would love to get a part on Power. So, you know what I'm saying? Definitely
you
gonna
look like
put that out there.
You fit right in there.
Yeah.
You like you fit right in there on Power.
I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but
I'm talking about like your swag, your demeanor, like you know what I mean, go right into I get to old school me? Oh, okay. All right. Before I became distinguished? Oh, okay, yeah. Let me go right. I can do that. Hook 'em? Oh, not for real. Sorry. Can I please come back tomorrow? I just want to know if I can come back tomorrow.
Yo, nah, for real. And I showed him the picture, and he was like, I was like, yo, I met 50 Cent, and he was like, nah. Let me see. So I showed him the picture. He like, first of all, this picture mad big. He like, you didn't. I was like, nah, I know, man. So he was like, yo, you gonna meet him one day. Like, he sat on my grandmother's porch and told me that. Like, I still remember it to this day. And I just remember I had went back to Jersey, and I came back the next maybe Friday, Saturday, maybe something like that. And just remember on my way back in, my aunt had called my mom. This was when the Nokia phones. And my mom she got the call. My mom would usually put it on speaker because, them big Nokia phones, if you ain't got it like this, talking directly in it, you're not going to hear it. And she had it on speaker, and she was just like, when y'all come, y'all can't park by the, right here. It's a mess out here. She just giving us a heads up. So she was like, Andre got killed today. And I just remember, like, I was like, yo, I just saw him like a couple days ago. And then you got there, and I just remember seeing, like, the blood stains, right there on the concrete, because he literally got killed right next door to my grandmother's house. And I just remember seeing everybody that was just, like, on the block, just in disbelief, because it's like, damn, like, you hear about people getting killed out there. You know, and then, but at that time, it was like the people that was getting killed, you know, it was just more like, you know, people that were, you know, in the streets and in that lifestyle. And to hear that, you know, a person like that get taken away. And I just remember just watching his brother walk up and down the block when I got there, man, because he had got shot too. Mm-hmm. He had got shot too, trying to intervene in front of his brother. And he was just walking. I just remember walking there, and he was sitting on his steps pacing with the same shirt on that he got shot in, that, you know, earlier in that day. And that just did something to me, man. That just did something to me. Mm-hmm. And that made that it was in that moment I always reflect back to, you know, and I always say, you know, you got to make the best of your time.
Yeah, man. Listen, I've said it before where, the way I look at life is that, you know, with this life that I'm given, it's just I want to leave this world better than I found it.
That's a fact.
It's really that simple, man. First things first, let me just give a shout out to Above Our Studios. That's where we're here in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Man, make sure y'all come down here, show some love to artists that are here. We're always going to be showcasing different art pieces that are here for the Artists of the Month that we have. Man, so much love to Above Our Studios for what they do, and just keeping these artists alive, keeping their artwork out there, making it so they have a place to showcase their work. Man, it's a pleasure having you on, man. We appreciate you. I love you, bro. So close us out with some with a closing remark, something quick, and get us out of here.
Yo, I'm gonna close with I appreciate you, bro. You deserve your flowers as well, my guy. You know, you do a lot, and you always there. If ever I call on you, you always just real, bro, from day one. And you said the story earlier. You was like, I was like, yo, you really brought it through, and that's because a lot of people say stuff and they don't come through. Yeah. But you always come through. I love you for life, and I appreciate you, bro.
Love you for life,
brother.
That's
my final words, man. Appreciate the real ones in your life.
Hey, listen, and as always, listen, I'm your boy Brad, B-Rad Butler II. I encourage every last one of you to make your next day your best day, because the work you've done today is not enough to get you to tomorrow. I'll see you on the next one.